Right. Yeah, so life, um, there is only life, and it flows freely without any um, disturbance. It can never really be disturbed, but even what appears to be the disturbance, it can just only be life, because all there is life. There's nothing outside of life. There's only life expressing as human beings, animals, trees, the wind, the space. There is nobody to live life. There's just life. There's nobody to find it. There's nobody to lose it. Even when it appears that there's somebody who's about to lose his life, that's just how life expresses. There is already nobody to lose life or to find life. Life as it is okay. And life is timeless. There's no time. There's no past. There's no present. There's no future. It's just this, whatever is that seems to be happening. Stories of some certain individuals, apparent individuals, flowing around, floating around. So there's nowhere to get to. There's nothing to find. There's nothing to achieve. There's just simply this, which is already timeless. Timelessly present as every apparent thing. Nobody designed what seems to be happening. There is no orchestrator of just this. There is no one doing what simply happens. Even when it seems as if there's somebody who's doing it, there's already no one there. If it seems as if there's somebody doing something, that's also just what's happening. It doesn't mean anything. So everything is okay. Here, there is that sense of okayness with what seems to be happening with all the beings. They are okay, even when they claim that they are not okay. They're already okay because it is the essence that they're expressing as human beings. There are no real human beings. It is just this. You can call it the source, spaciousness, consciousness, what is. It doesn't matter. It is wordless. It is beyond words, yet also appearing as words. Nothing has built-in meaning. this is meaningless. Or you can also say it's neither meaningful or meaningless. It's just neutral. It can never be found because there is no separation. There's nothing sticking out on its own. It's already everything. The one who seems to be looking for it is already it. The one who seems to say, I've lost it, I had it, that's already it. The one who seems to be losing hope is already it. So there's nothing here that found anything. There was just a recognition that what seems to be the what seemed to be the separate self, it just never was. It was just already that which can never be known, expressing as what seems to be the separate self. There is no separate self already to find, to do, or not to do anything. There's just this. And this isn't a thing. There's already no one pointing to this. There's just this pointing to itself. There is already no one to move away from what is. There's already no one to lose what is. There's just what is. This and losing or finding. This can never be found and this can never be lost. It's already the case. There's no separation. There's no division. There are no different parts. There's only this. So the me never happened. So there's just what's happening or what seems to be happening. The wind blowing, sitting on the chair, watching, watching what seems to be the body, the computer screen, eyes blinking, the mouth moving, cars hooting, the space, everything is this. This is exactly what is being longed for. The computer screen, then an image in the computer screen of what seems to be a person, or a human being, the walls, the room, the chair, the sound, the words, and this isn't a story. Yet story may seem to appear in this. But this as it is not a story. It's just what is. This is not saying anything. This is just what is. Yet there may seem to be a story running in the background. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful computer. It's a beautiful building, beautiful office. That's just a story. So this doesn't say the other. When there is that sense of separate self, it may seem as if there are others. But when that sense, it is recognized that there's just no one there, or that sense seems to fall away, it might be recognized that there's no one there and there's no one anywhere. There are no others already. Others are this already. You are this and others are this. So there's no separation. Everything is this. Every word spoken, every movement, the wind blowing, the trees. What seems to be somebody thinking that there's something to get is already this. That's not personal. That's already impersonal. There's no separation. Somebody thinking that somebody found something, that's this too. That's already everything. That's already an expression of this vastness or of this boundless energy, which is beyond any distraction, which is um, beyond any name, yet appearing as name, beyond any description, yet appearing as a description. So there's already no one looking for this. There's already no one listening. There's no listener. There's just this. There's just listening happening and looking happening, thinking happening, which doesn't belong to anyone. Even when it feels that it belongs to me, that as well doesn't belong to anyone. That's not personal. It's already an expression of this. So you can't go wrong or right with this. That's freedom for no one. If something seems to say that's freedom for me, that's this too. Can't go wrong with this.
Or right. You can't go wrong or right with this.
Exactly.
This glass is half empty as well as half full.
Yeah. So it can never be found because it's never lost. It can never be found because the one who's trying to find it doesn't exist as separate from it. It's already it appearing as that. Even when it seems as if that one really exists as separate from this, it's still just this. It's a beautiful story that never happened. What seems to be the me is just an appearance that never appeared. I should say it's imaginary, and no one is doing it. It's just a dream without a dreamer, so nobody wakes up. So the mind doesn't really exist, yet it may appear to say so many things about what is. May say there must be something wrong with this. This needs to be changed. I need to get somewhere. I need to get closer to this. I need to disappear. But that's already this saying that there's really no one saying who has ever done anything. There's really no mind. That's just how this plays. It alone is everything. So it may pretend to be somebody or to be different people, trying to fix, trying to get something, not being satisfied. That's just how it appears to play. So it's beautiful when it is seen that eh, it's just this already. Life is not taken seriously, but life is appreciated just the way it is. And the character may seem to be playful, or the apparent character may seem to be playful, because nothing is real. Everything is unreal. There's no death. There's no birth. And this is more solid than what seems to be solid. It is already deathless as every apparent thing. There is no one to die because there's no one who's living. There's just this. So there's no one to taste death. There's just life. Life is eternal, and life has never been born. Therefore, it can never die. What seems to be the finder who separates from this is already dead. The finder will never die because the finder is already dead. In a sense that there is no finder already. There's just this. So the body is innocent. The body is just an expression of this. Because without the body, there wouldn't be this apparent experience. We'll be able to touch things and feel things and interact. So it's needed just for this to be able to play, to interact with itself, to talk to itself, to see itself apparently as uh, what seems to be different bodies. So life is beautiful. This is beautiful, and life should be enjoyed. So all the beings are okay. As it is written, when he finished to build the the world or the earth, he saw that everything was beautiful. So everything is still beautiful, even today. Still beautiful. When things are seen from that heart space, they are okay. Everyone is okay. But when there is that identification with what seems to be the mind, five senses, and it may seem as if there is good and bad. Even that too is also how life expresses as well. It's not excluded. It's not separate from this. It's also this expressing as that. So here, there's nothing that is really trying to get rid of just what's happening, because what's happening is already this, is already everything, is already an expression. All stories are beautiful. So there is no Charles already. That's just a story. That's just an imagination. That's just an imaginary story that never happened. This this is colorless. This is not a human being. This can't be found because it's not separate. There is no separation. It's already nothing that seems to be everything, expressing as different colors, different things, but itself as it is already formless and colorless, shapeless, and senseless. It is what you are already. It is you. It is you that is nameless. It is you that is formless. It is you that is everywhere present. It is you that is colorless, shapeless, indestructible, not a man or a woman, without any intention, without any expectation, without any uh, thinking. It's just what is. It's just this. There are no stories already. There is no world already. There is no distance. There is no Africa. There is no America. There is just this. And this can never be known because there's already nothing outside of it to know it already. There's just it. Just this. It is you and you are it already. You are not that character. The character can be washed. You have never been that character. Step away from that. Watch it. You're nothing.
I get lost in
You're
it.
already nothing.
It gets lost in it.
Sorry?
It gets lost in the character. It gets lost in the character.
Yeah.
And that can be
Yeah. So
beautiful.
this is Eva talking to itself. Sorry?
That can be beautiful. Getting lost in the character can be beautiful, right? Especially when it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Somehow as well, the journey may seem to be enjoyed. Getting lost in the character, trying to find a way back, only to find out that nobody has ever been lost it was just this, which is nothing, also expressing as somebody who's lost in the character. or this, if I may say. Somebody who's in the character or this appearing to be lost in the character, those are just thoughts. It may seem to be running, floating by. They appear as clouds in the sky and disappear as well. And in the sky, there may seem to be dark clouds appearing, the same as bad thoughts, or what seems to be bad thoughts appearing, and they will also disappear. And white clouds appearing, beautiful thoughts, and they will also disappear. But the sky remains as it is, unfazed. So what you really are is always there, undisturbed, unfazed, no movement. Watching without interest, not watching, not really watching, but just there. No. Just like the sun. The sun doesn't shine. It's just there. Shines. Effortlessly. There's no efforts there. It's not trying to shine, just shining. So
Actually,
in the same way, what you are is there.
actually, the sun is a non-stop hellscape of nuclear explosions and molten lava. It just looks like it just shines because it's way up in the sky. The turmoil. The sun is the turmoil. The turmoil is its
Is it
too.
not just a fusion of lights?
No, it's if you look at the sun through telescope, you know, and then record it so that you can actually look at it without burning your eyes out. It's massive amounts of like it looks like lava, right? Just boiling and exploding, constant interaction of material, molten material and gases that just is there's a lot of activity that makes that shine, essentially. And it's not constant, right? You've got things like sunspots, sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's light, sometimes there's a more electromagnetic radiation, and when there is, more people end up in the emergency room. or sanitariums, it affects
Yeah.
us here on Earth. The variability of the sun from a electromagnetic standpoint. It's not constant, and it affects us drastically.
Yeah. Like solar flares.
Yes. Yes, so it's a beautiful metaphor, but it's also a beautiful metaphor to think about. You know, the shining is turmoil itself.
Yeah.
That too is this. That too is this.
Yeah, even when there is a thunderstorm, a hurricane, the sun is always there above the clouds, shining. So Yeah, from that heart space, uh, it is seen that everything is beautiful. Every apparent thing, every expression is beautiful. It's okay. There's no wrong or right. It's just what's happening. And everything is empty.
All right. Well, I'm trying to get last week's up. It was on my laptop and I haven't been able to get it up yet. I've been pretty busy. So with this one, I'll make sure to get up today if you want to mess with it.
Okay.
And should we try on
I'll
Tuesday?
appreciate that.
And
Sorry?
Tuesday's better? Tuesday's better, huh?
Yeah, it's better. But can we do it in maybe in an hour before? Maybe it's gonna be
Uh,
at 3 for me, 3 p.m.
okay, I can try to do that. It
Yeah,
will require me to wake up earlier, but I can try to do that.
I'm sorry about this.
No problem. Okay, I'll talk to you
Yeah.
then. Okay,
All right.
okay,
Always
bye.
welcome.